5. Okay, well, let's move right on and take the first listener phone call.
Hello, Dr. Kaku. This is Kenneth Eng from Hollywood, California. I read about an object called the black brain, which is a singularity in the form of a membrane. Is there such thing as a white brain, that is, the white hole in the form of a membrane, be it 3 or 4 dimensional? I already know that white holes and black holes are, but since scientists speculate something called the black brain, perhaps there's a white brain, a big bang in the form of like a 3-dimensional bulk.
Okay, well, you ask a question that's at the forefront of theoretical physics. So let's back up several giant steps and take it one at a time. First of all, what is a brain? A brain is not what's sitting on your shoulders. To a physicist, it is B-R-A-N-E, as in membrane. Now, we physicists believe that strings are the fundamental building blocks of the universe, but strings also coexist with membranes, like a beach ball, like a sphere, like a baseball. They are membranes, and they also vibrate, and they can also create particles. Now, this theory is not verified. However, many physicists work on this. I work on it, in fact, and we think that that is what the universe is made of. The universe is made out of strings and brains. In fact, our universe is a membrane of some sort. And then the question is, there are black brains, just like there are black holes. There are solutions of the string equations, which give you black holes. In other words, string theory includes all of Einstein's theory of gravity. Einstein's theory of gravity says that if you compress mass dense enough, it'll collapse into a black hole. Well, now we have strings, and sure enough, if you collapse strings into a tiny, tiny point, then the strings will collapse into a black brain. And believe it or not, we hope to actually create them with the Large Hadron Collider outside Geneva, Switzerland. That's right. Believe it or not, we hope to actually create black holes and black brains in Switzerland. Now, don't get scared. We're not talking about mammoth black brains and black holes that can gobble up entire stars. No, these are subatomic particles. Your body is bombarded with subatomic particles by the millions every day, and you don't even feel it. So we are talking about subatomic black holes or black brains, which are the collapsing of these brains into a very, very tiny mass. Now, the question you ask is white holes. So let me explain. Matter falls into a black hole. But according to physics, you can also reverse time, have the time run backwards, and that is also a solution of Einstein's equations. That is called the white hole. Instead of matter falling in, like in the movies, all these Hollywood movies show starships being eaten up by a black hole, this shows that you can have a time reverse object called the white hole, where matter comes out, not in. And some people think, aha, maybe that's the Big Bang. In fact, there is a theory proposed by several physicists that maybe the Big Bang is really a white hole, such that matter spews out rather than in. Now, let's be fair about this. We've looked for white holes in the universe. We have seen none. That doesn't mean they don't exist. It just means that they're rather exotic. And so black holes, yes, we've seen them in outer space. In fact, with the Webb Space Telescope to be launched very soon into outer space, the replacement for the Hubble Space Telescope, we hope to even get better pictures of these objects, the swirling disk around the black hole. And so then the question is, are there white holes? We don't know. And white brains may exist, but they're even more exotic than white holes. So the answer to your question is, we don't know. We do think that black brains exist. However, we have no proof. String theory itself has no proof, but it is the leading theory to replace Einstein's theory of relativity. And if you want to find out more about it, because this is actually what I do for a living, this is what I do for my day job, get a copy of my earlier books, Parallel Worlds, where I talk about M-theory, string theory, brains, and the zoo of objects which we think may ultimately create our universe. Okay, well, unfortunately, we have run out of time in this segment of Science Fantastic, but stay tuned. And if you want to get on Science